In today's episode of Planet of the Agents, we are going to have a Q&A session. That's right, we're going to have some questions and answers. I have received some questions. I wanted to call it the mailbag, but we don't really have mailbags anymore. But I've received some questions, and I want to talk about them and address them on this episode, as I do a walk and talk episode, where we're going to take a stroll together as we talk about some key things going on in the world of insurance agents. Now, if you are listening on the podcast, don't forget we now have full-length YouTube videos. You can watch the show on YouTube. I know, when you go on YouTube, the first thing you do is you search for insurance agents, right? Well, guess what? Now you can, and now it'll be fun. All right, everybody, are you ready to dive into today's multiple interesting topics? I am. Let's do it. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Planet of the Agents, the ultimate show for insurance agency owners and insurance agents in general. Of course, if it's your first time on the channel, wherever you're listening, if you're listening to the podcast, make sure that you're subscribed, you click the download button, you click the plus sign, whatever it takes on your platform. And of course, if you are on YouTube, then you are going to want to click that little subscribe button and tap that notification bell. And you know what? Why not give the episode a thumbs up? That would really make my day. Okay, so let's talk today about a few different things. And if you ever want to send a question for this type of episode, or you want me to address something on the show, I make it super easy. Just go to planetoftheagents.com, you can click the contact button, and you can submit a question. And while you're there, why not subscribe to the newsletter and join and get even more exciting information? Okay, so let's dive into our several questions we're going to go through today. The first question is, and I've received this question many times, do you notice that it's really hard to find someone to help at your office or to hire people? This is not a localized problem, okay? From talking to people, from receiving questions, from reading different groups, this is something I hear about constantly. People are constantly saying that they simply cannot find any help. Why is that? Well, there are multiple reasons. There are things going on in the world in general. But this was something that I was hearing about in 2018 and 2019. And that feels like a lifetime ago. So what was going on? What continues to go on? Well, first of all, there are only a few programs in the country where colleges actually teach things about insurance or risk management or similar items. That's one issue. I mean, if you went to college, did you think, oh, I'm going to major in insurance? I'd be very interested to hear if you did, and I'd love to see your comments if you're one of those people, because I've never really heard anybody talk about that stuff. And that was before the internet was prevalent when I went. The other thing is, it seems to me that younger people are looking for a little bit more exciting type of work. Now, this is not a nationwide issue. I notice this in specific neighborhoods. When I talk to agents from California or big cities in general, whether it's Miami, whether it's Philadelphia, whatever it is, people in the big cities seem to have a different appetite for a career. I hear that. I can't say there's a statistic on this, but, you know, insurance doesn't come across as the most fun and exciting place to work, especially when you see all these videos of people, you know, jumping on bouncy balls and getting free lunch, getting all these things. So the thing is, my solution for that, it's not 100% perfect, is to explain to your candidates the appeal of working in insurance. There are a lot of things that are very appealing about this industry. For example, we might be entering a new financial recession or financial crisis. Who knows? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. But insurance, to me, it feels very stable. Okay? Insurance has a unique, stable feeling that not all professions have. In fact, right now, the tech industry seems to be laying off tons of people. So when you consider that, I think a lot of people can appreciate the stability, because something we like to say is everybody needs insurance. While I'm sure it's possible there are some people in America who don't need insurance, it sure feels like everybody needs insurance. And I've heard that from other people as to why it's such a great opportunity. Additionally, Explain the roadmap. Show how there's room for growth. You don't just have to start by doing endorsements or filling out paperwork. There's definitely room for growth at a lot of places, whether it's going from being a customer service representative, a CSR, to being, for example, an agent. And then from there, depending on what you do at your agency, you could be maybe an underwriter. If you have a program that you run, they could run their own program. There's a lot of growth potential. Even if you're a very small agency with 2 people, there's still a lot of growth potential. Somebody can grow into a position, they can expand what they're doing, and they can go from being in an entry-level position to a sales role, to being an agent or broker or a producer, if you will. There are a lot of opportunities. Now, the next interesting question that I've received, and I feel like this has slowed down a little, but I've heard it and asked several times, is do I think that insurance technology and technology in general will really put agents out of business? There was a very brief time that I thought agents would be less relevant. But now, I continue to stand where I was. No, I'm not concerned about that. Will it change how you do business? Maybe. Will it change the types of accounts you write? Sure, that's possible. Will it stop the amount of wind blowing while I'm making this video? No, it will not do that. But here's the deal. I actually just saw an article about a few days ago where it said InsurTech investment is down over 50%. That means companies are investing less in InsurTech technology, the companies that sell insurance online, so to speak. Well, right there, that speaks volumes. And I know that AI and artificial intelligence is all the talk, the biggest thing in the world right now. Everyone's talking about it. I hear about it everywhere, in different industries. I constantly hear about it. I understand. But the role of the insurance agent seems to remain very valuable. I think of the people who I've spoken to in my lifetime who say they looked at something online and then what happened was they realized they had to talk to someone because it's complex. They wanted to talk to a human being. I understand. I enjoy talking to people too. Not everyone wants to talk to a computer or get everything from a computer. So, once again, I don't think I would panic. Now, here's what I do think is happening, and I see it already. I see a lot of small insurance policies going online and personal lines. I see more and more personal lines going online. So what I mean is small commercial. I see small BOPs, classes that are low hazard, or I don't want to say low risk, but we say low hazard and things like that because there's risk in every business. But classes that don't have a lot of claim, and by classes I mean business industries if you're not familiar with commercial insurance. Yes, I see a lot of those people buying online. But then, as their business grows, what happens? Hey, good news, they can't get the endorsements that they want, or the online programs are very rigid and strict in their guidelines and rules. And then once again, they come to you to discuss their needs and to find a carrier that works for them. And that's the value of the independent insurance agent. Your knowledge, which I hope you are constantly growing. And additionally, the resources you can provide from your experience and your connections with various carriers who still want to work with agents, which is most of them. Now, some carriers that you work with are investing in technology and they're actually competing with you. If you didn't know that, wake up, okay? That is happening. Carriers that you know have online programs, they have direct sales. I'm not gonna say which ones, but if you use a search engine, you will probably find quite a few of them. Okay, so those are our first 2 key things I really wanted to talk about because these are things that have come up over and over and over again. All right, let's move on to the next item. The next big question that I get all the time, and I've gotten a lot more now than in the past, is do you see big changes coming in the near future? Okay, so my answer to that is right now I see a hard market coming. I am seeing admitted carriers, non-renew people, change their appetite, change the classes of business that they work with. I'm seeing those online companies do the same thing, adding more restrictions, making changes. Now, you might think, oh, this is terrible. Where am I going to put all my business if I can't put them with these online carriers or my admitted carriers that I can quote quickly and instantly in the office? Well, There's some good and bad here. The bad part is that it might take you a little longer to get a quote. It might require some paperwork. I know not everyone in insurance is a fan of paperwork. I can't even say the word paperwork without laughing because I find it upsetting sometimes. But here's the deal. You've got your surplus lines brokers, and they have a bevy of markets and opportunities for you. And also, this could mean, this is another good thing, people can't go online to buy insurance. So that's good, right? That's going to be helpful for you, the independent insurance agent. Additionally, you might see higher premiums. Again, if you work on commission, that's good for you. It might be a hard pill for some customers to swallow, but that's where the market is going. If you're not familiar with the term hard market, it means that it will be more difficult to place business and premiums will be on the rise. Premiums will be increasing. So there's this belief, I think, in business insurance that people think their premium's going to go down every year, kind of like they have that feeling in auto insurance. But auto insurance rates are going up, up, up as well. So that might be a change where people don't feel that so much anymore, which is very interesting to me too. The consumer, I mean, not you. People say, well, I've been with the company for 5 years. Doesn't my rate go down? Well, maybe that company's not even writing insurance anymore. There's an auto company that's pulling completely out of California, for example. I hear they're non-renewing thousands upon thousands of policies. I don't know the exact dollar amount, but I think it's close to like $500 million in premium. Additionally, if you're in California, that auto market is tough, and so is the home market. So that's an example. But in the commercial world, you have great opportunity with surplus lines and your wholesalers. And if you do not have a wholesaler that you work with, I'm just going to do a quick little plug here. Reach out, okay? You can go to yesbaker.com, YESBAKER.com. You can sign up and you will get access, and we can help you place some of your hard to place business or things that you just have to move for a variety of reasons. You will also get access to some online quoting and binding in most cases from different carriers. But look, here's what I want to say. Don't think of the hard market or what's going on as a crisis. Think of it as an opportunity. Okay, with crisis, there is opportunity. So some people are freaking out. They told me, oh, I'm going to have like 100 customers dropped. Okay, let's say 100 customers pay $1,000 a piece, right? Say that's $100,000 in premium. Well, now you have to put them with different markets. Sure, you might lose a few, but let's say the premiums are 50% more. Well, that could actually be good for you. And in some states where you can charge broker fees, that will apply as well. That's an opportunity you might not have had before for all the hard work you're doing, all the searching, the paperwork, the services you provide, the certificates, etc. There's an opportunity there, okay? It also gives you an opportunity to create a niche industry for yourself. It's time to think about that. If you haven't thought about that, I definitely think it's a very good opportunity to create a niche industry in which you work in the insurance business to help a specific niche of customers. That's a great way to build things up. I've always liked that. It's not the only way, but it's certainly a great way. All right, so those are 3 major questions that I received and I wanted to address in today's questions and answers or Q&A episode. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Planet of the Agents, and I can't wait for you to listen to the next one. Don't forget to like the show, leave a comment, and most importantly, subscribe and click your notifications, whether it's on iTunes, whether it's on Amazon, wherever you're listening, Spotify, or if you're watching on YouTube. And if you've never watched on YouTube, check it out. Sometimes I can include some text and things like that to make the video even more interesting and to make the episode more fun for everybody. All right, get ready to listen to another episode. I will talk to you all very soon. Take care.